This healing experiential is to support you in coming out of a nervous system overwhelmed state, or where you feel depressed, where you have trauma or anxiety, where you may be feeling dissociated, and to support you in feeling safer in your body and here. Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Embody podcast, a show about remembering and embodying your true nature, inner wisdom, embodied healing, and self-love. My name is Candice Wu, and I'm a holistic healing facilitator, intuitive coach, and artist sharing my personal journey of vulnerability, offering meditations and guided healing support, and having co-creative conversations with healers and wellness practitioners from all over the world. This healing experience is something that I put together through my learnings of Somatic Experiencing, and it is not to replace having a Somatic Experiencing practitioner or other practitioner that supports trauma-sensitive healing or therapy, but is to supplement your own experience to provide you with one option of how you might be able to feel more safe in your body. And I do have to say that sometimes doing this can bring up uncomfortable feelings that you may or may not feel prepared for. If you're concerned about that, you can learn more about that process of the nervous system coming out of a frozen state or tonic immobility state into fight or flight and coming down to a calmed, relaxed state in the episode that goes with this experiential called Nervous System Overwhelm, Noticing the Signs, the Polyvagal Theory Basics, and 12 Tools Towards Healing Trauma, Depression, Shutdown, and Overwhelm. That episode's at candicewu.com/overwhelm. So in this healing experiential, we'll be working with supporting the body in feeling a level of safety that can bridge you into the next healing movement, or to bring you a bit of sense of a grounding, calmness, or support, and supporting the nervous system from coming out of a frozen state into feeling and being in the body. In this experience, I will invite you to tune into the body's sense of needing to run toward safety, just like an animal would do if it were in fear and threat. We don't always run in situations, but our nervous system and the animal body in us may want to. And so if we give it that through imagining and through body movement, then the nervous system can feel like it completes that run towards safety, towards a place that feels safe, or a person or a thing that feels safe, and therefore it is safe or feels safer. This healing experience is derived from the experience that many people have when they're in an anxious state, or when they are coming out of their body being shut down, quote unquote, playing dead because it's overwhelmed or dissociated or paralyzed. When it's coming out of that, it needs to complete a run, typically, or a fight, or something that can protect us when we're in a threat situation. Oftentimes, if we let this happen organically through the process of working with the body and the nervous system and the felt sense and the movements, the body might start to push on the toes or heels or move the feet naturally or tap. And if we follow that, in times where I've followed that or worked with clients to do that, sometimes the body really does want to run away. But when we have the experience of dissociation or frozen, numbness, any of the things I've listed, we can use a run to stimulate that process and to help the body come into a different level of safety. So as I said, there's more on that in the intro podcast, but let's jump in here to this experience. like all of the experientials that I offer, if you are starting to feel a little overwhelmed or towards overwhelm, pause the experience, take a break, release your attention on what we were doing, and just touch your body or look around you and look at something pleasant. Do something that you know is comforting to your body. There's no point in plowing through just to do the experience, because the nervous system may find itself overwhelmed again and perhaps feel in the same kind of trauma that it already was. And when I speak to trauma, I mean something that's overwhelming to the nervous system that becomes stuck or undigested or incomplete. So here, I recommend sitting or standing. And any time you can sit or stand, change your position as you need to. I don't recommend lying down because you want your body to be upright. And please don't do this experience if you're driving or operating any heavy machinery. This is meant best for the privacy of your own home with a friend or healer or therapist that also understands trauma or is a personal practice. As we begin, I'd like to invite you to imagine and be curious about what comes up for you if you imagine a safe person, animal, place, or thing. Something that gives you the feeling that you're safe or at peace or loved or cared for, or something that comforts you. And if none of those are working out for you, just something that feels okay or neutral. If this is a challenge for you here, that's okay. Be open for yourself that something could reveal to you. It could be a person who is dead or alive, or someone you met just once, or an animal that you imagine, a place that you make up, or a real place that you know, an object that feels good to you. Just allow the process of discovering what might be safe for you be one that is unpressured and non-judgmental. So if you need to spend more time exploring that, feel free to pause and do so now. And if you have something and you're ready to move forward, let's continue. So tune into your body and feel if there's any part of you feeling anxious, heavy, overwhelmed, numb, depressed, paralyzed, like you can't move, or even sadness or any other difficult feelings. If you're not feeling any of these and you're feeling just fine and safe, you can explore what doing this experience adds to your feeling. But if you are feeling any of those things, you can track what's happening here over the time and course of our experience together. So take this moment to feel your feet. Feel what part of your body can touch the floor. If you don't have feet, or you have one or one leg, feel what you do have, and or imagine more body parts that you might need in order to move. So feel what parts of your body do touch the floor. If your feet are on the floor, toes, feel your ankles. Feel the muscles that activate in order to create movement. And let the feeling register to your awareness, to your body, not just your mind, but to your physical being. Now allow your feet to move like you're walking or like you're running. And you can do this sitting or standing. If you're standing, you can jog in place or run around the room or walk around the room. You can go at whatever pace feels right for you and whatever pace you want to explore. I would encourage you to explore going faster and feeling your muscles, your arms, your whole torso, your legs, feeling the movement. And if you're sitting or if you can't move in that way, imagine what it would be like to run and move. Imagine that you're doing it and let your feet tap or move in any way that they can, that your body can register that this could be happening. And if you're running quickly, now slow it down a lot to the point of like molasses, slow motion. And if you're sitting and doing this movement, do the same, nice and slow and easy. And in your mind, imagine how fast you might want to run right now. Maybe jaguar speed or gazelle or any other speed that feels right based on how it is that you feel. And imagine yourself running towards that safe person, animal, place, or thing that you imagined in the beginning. Feel the journey towards this safe thing. Feel the sensations in your body, in your arms and your legs, your feet, the pressure downwards. Feel your breath. See yourself get closer and closer to this safe person, animal, place, or thing. And let yourself arrive at your pace. And when you get there, you can stop running and rest. See the safe person, place, animal, or situation, or whatever you chose. Imagine what it would feel like to be there with them or in this place, receiving exactly what it is that you need to feel okay, to feel safe, or to feel loved. You get to make it up and design it yourself, receiving exactly what you need and what would be just right for you. And see what part of your body, your energy, your breath can receive that safety or care. Here, be aware, as I said earlier, that different emotions might come up. When your body begins to feel safer, it can feel calm and peaceful, but sometimes tears may come, anger may come, sadness or other emotions may come. That's a sign that your body is feeling a little safer. If you begin to feel like it's a little too much to tolerate, this is where you can take a break, doing so at any time. Whatever's happening, if you are staying with it, notice that and witness it without judgment, letting the sensation move through your body just the way it is, and imagining exactly what you need and desire in this safe place with this person or animal or situation. Let your imagination support you in the very thing that would feel just right. Now notice any place in your body that is feeling a deepening of safety, a reminder of safety, or any place that feels okay or neutral. And it could be just a little spot, or it might be a larger area. It might show up in your breath or your emotions or the loosening of your body. If you start to feel angry and you're able to move through that yourself, feel free. Or if it's sadness, grief, loss, or other emotions, feel free to stay with them as you can. And if they are uncomfortable, beginning to be a little too uncomfortable, take that break. You can also tune into the full episode of the podcast for other resources on how to come out of that overwhelm and to support more safety, as well as the podcast on how to work with anger, if you'd like some suggestions. And as you tune into any place that feels okay, safe, or neutral, or good, let that deepen and expand. As you begin to look around, if your eyes were closed at all, let them slowly open and see your present surroundings. Notice your vision and what that's like to see around you now. Feel free to give a little touch to your body. Notice any shifts or any difference in yourself. And also notice what might be the same as when you began. Stretch or move as you need. As we come to a close of this experience today. And if this was very challenging for you or you need more support, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to offer referrals or to work with you myself or to answer any questions that may come up. Feel free to use this experience anytime you are feeling the kind of numbness or overwhelm or not in your body, maybe depression, anxiety. Be sure to also tune into the other experientials that go with this episode at candice.com/overwhelm and the 12 tools that I have for you in that main episode that can support the process of moving through overwhelm. Some very basic tools to support you in grounding and feeling safer. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll leave you with a little music to transition, and see you next time on the Embody podcast.